What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. At one point in our community, the black man and woman actually carried it like we needed each other. There was a strong sense of family, and marriage was at an all-time high, with two-parent households, strong with love. The community was thriving. Men stood on men's business, and the women took care of their business and played their part as well, making sure the fam and household was good and let the men lead and provide. Of course, things were not perfect, but it was solid. But things changed. I can go on and on about what happened. Lack of jobs leading to many families going on welfare. Of course, we all know with that, the man had to leave the house. Mass incarceration, and eventually the divide and conquer method worked. Women went on to do great things. The black woman is one of the most educated out here. They have great careers, and a lot of them feel like the men have lost their strength and ability to lead. Most men feel like the women only care about money and what they can offer. They want to live a fairy tale lifestyle, even though they both might have normal jobs that don't allow that. And the main thing a lot of men complain about is the way the modern women are too masculine with their energy. A lot of men feel like the women are not ladylike no more. Some see past all the propaganda though, and they understand we need each other. They find their person, get married, start a family, and try to make it work. By understanding nobody is perfect. And love, patience, and compassion helps keep a union strong. But every day, more and more people are choosing not to go the traditional route of getting married, or some don't even want a relationship. You are seeing more and more unconventional relationships. People been together on and off for years with no title. Some just want to go with the flow. But no matter how you look at it, when you are being intimate with a person for years, even if y'all call each other just friends or a situationship, feelings and emotions come into play. And when lines are blurred, things can take a turn real fast. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it outside of Atlanta to Cobb County, Georgia, to discuss the case of a man and a woman who were friends for over 10 years. Then one day, he took her life. Back in 2020, 27-year-old Juanita McFadden, often called Nikki by family and friends, was trying her best to navigate life in the A. Described as loving, sweet, with a kind soul, the beautiful young lady had made a way for herself by doing hair in the Atlanta and surrounding areas. She was very talented and took pride in her work. With no kids, young, pretty, in her prime, Nikki was living life to the fullest. She was just having fun. Let's rewind back 10 years prior. The young lady had attended a house party at an apartment complex hosted by two men who were roommates. One was Carl Crawford, who was at the time in his early 20s, and his roommate, who we will call Brandon for the sake of the story. As the night went on, all three talked. They realized they had a lot in common, and instantly they clicked. They became close friends. Eventually, Nikki would start an intimate relationship with Brandon, but being young, it would soon fizzle out. But they remained friends. She would often still come over and hang out, and eventually her and Carl would start kicking it on a more personal level. The two vibed, but they never really put a title on it. Nikki would come over, spend the night. Her and Carl would go out, even double date sometimes with Brandon. But her and Carl would often bump heads too. They would fight just to make up. Nikki would cut him off or he would cut her off. They would date other people, but when their relationships didn't work out, they would find themselves picking up right where they left off at. By 2020, the friendship/situationship had been going on for almost 10 years strong. It stood the test of time. Nikki, now 27 years old, and Carl, now 30, they were a little bit older and thinking maybe they should try to make it work, but still no title. The two started back being intimate. Nikki would come stay at Carl's and Brandon's apartment in Smyrna, Cobb County, Georgia, but they could never stop fighting. Some say Carl had a temper and Nikki had a mouth on her as well, and would let the man have it verbally whenever they got into it. Eventually, they realized it just couldn't work out. Carl did him, and Nikki went on to get a boyfriend. She would text Carl and let him know, "This is it. I'm never coming back to the apartment, so I need to come by and get my stuff." He told her, "I think it's best we have no contact. I will leave it at the door." Which she stated, "If you touch my stuff, it will be a price to pay." And which he stated, "I guess I will just have to pay then." In November 2020, Nikki called Brandon, like, "Your boy tripping. Tell him I need my stuff." Brandon, who was out of town for work, called Carl, like, "Bro, y'all just be done with the back and forth. Let her come get her stuff," in which he agreed. She got a ride to the apartment and started grabbing her things, with only her and Carl at the place. She called her new boyfriend and told him she would need a ride and some help with some of the items. She asked could he pull up, which he agreed. That evening, Nikki's boyfriend pulled up to the complex. He called her like, "Yo, I'm outside," and which she stated, "Come in." As he got out the car and started walking down the apartment building steps, he heard a shot go off, and a woman say, "Wow, you really shot me." Seconds later, multiple more shots went off, and a woman yelled out. He ran back upstairs and called police. When police responded to the scene, they found Nikki lying in the stairwell, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, and unfortunately, she was pronounced gone at the scene. Carl was still at the apartment with a 9mm handgun. He was taken into custody and questioned. He claimed Nikki was being disrespectful, calling him out of his name, the B word, and other things. He stated she then started putting hands on him, striking him over 6 times. Carl claimed he often walked around with the gun at home for protection. He claimed he warned Nikki, like, "Bro, stop hitting me." He stated he refused to be attacked and disrespected in his own home. He claimed when she hit him again, he shot, claiming self-defense. But when police asked the man, did Nikki have a weapon, he stated no. With that, he was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit. When Brandon got back to town, he was hit with the devastating news. When questioned by police, he admitted Carl and Nikki had a crazy relationship, but it never went this far. He stated the whole situation just didn't make no sense. He felt like maybe Carl just snapped. As the case made its way to trial, Nikki's people and the prosecutors painted her as a young woman with a beautiful soul who was trying to make a living and find herself. Carl and his lawyer claimed for years Nikki verbally and physically attacked the man. They claimed, in his own words, he had what you called battered person syndrome. Mutual friends who knew Nikki and Carl, including Brandon, took the stand and stated their relationship was up and down, but they never thought it would come to an end like this. But the thing was, only Nikki and Carl knew what happened in the apartment, and she was gone, leaving him and his attorney painting a narrative of an aggressive woman who wanted to hurt Carl in every way. But the jury didn't buy it. Carl shot 9 times, and Nikki didn't have a weapon, so self-defense was ruled out. He was found guilty on all charges and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Carl appealed, stating the state painted Nikki like a sweet woman who was just coming to pick up her stuff when she was shot. He felt the jury was biased because he was painted in a bad light, but he lost his appeal and is still serving time. Rest in peace to Nikki. I send my prayers and condolences to her family. 10 years is a long time for any relationship or friendship. After all that, most think they know a person or what they are capable of, but sadly, it played out like this. But I'm gonna end this one with a few questions. Do y'all think Carl's claims of being a battered man was swept under the rug? Do you feel like she was putting hands on him and calling him out his name and he snapped? Or do you think Carl knew and felt their situationship was really over and he really just couldn't handle it and got to his breaking point when she called her boyfriend to come pick her up and he lost it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, that's a super crazy story. Rest in peace to Nikki. I definitely send my prayers to her family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.